I guess let's summarize. So, Luffy most likely will defeat Kaido using what he's learned already and may borrow from some flashback. We will probably see that he might use some of his later training to sort of remind him of of his encounters with other creatures and how he can use his Ryu to defeat Kaido.
Yeah, so for my summary, it might be like a lion or cat version of Gear 4, Lion Man or Tiger Man, because it's made its appearance on many covers of the chapters. Or it might be an advanced, a more perfected form of Ryu, because Ryu has the ability to cause internal damage, which would be effective against maybe the more tender insides of Kaido versus trying to land an impact from the outside with a tough skill. It's just that he's not using it very well right now. He's using it clumsy, Kaido says. So maybe he'll be able to perfect it in like a short amount of time. Who knows? He might surprise us. He used Snake Man, and I did not expect that. So I think he's gonna perfect the Ryu and use it more efficiently and properly.
Alright, hello everybody. In today's video, I will be debuting the first episode in a long series named MyJDMangaExplained. This series will be explaining what happens in each of the latest One Piece manga chapters and explains what is the significance in each of them. So first, the plot, the characters, and the story. If you have any questions or suggestions on what manga chapter we should cover next, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. Although you don't have to, as we will be going in chronological order, starting with manga chapter 1044. And without further ado, let's get started. The chapter begins with a recap of the cliffhanger in the previous chapter, with Zu making her way closer to Wano, and we see that she feels the presence of an old friend, someone that she hasn't seen in a very long time. At the beating of the drums, Luffy is filled with an enormous amount of energy, and he cannot explain what it is. Zu says that she feels the presence of Joy Boy. Everyone in the floating island of Onigashima can feel a new presence. They're wondering if it could be Luffy. On the holy land of Marie-Joie, the elders discuss the reason they've been on the hunt for Straw Hat Luffy. Well, we find out that his devil fruit is not what we thought it was. Actually, the Gum Gum fruit is not a paramecia fruit, but actually a mythical Zoan devil fruit, which embodies the power of an ancient god named Nika the Sun God. This fruit is a weapon that the world government would break their backs in order to get their hands on it, as it is a weapon that they do not want Luffy or anyone else to have, as it poses a threat to the world government. And from this we can gather that it may pose a greater threat than what we've ever seen in One Piece as of yet. Back on Onigashima, Orochi is still pinned and trapped under debris, and just as before, he is attempting to undermine Hiyori into letting him go. And here we see how Orochi will say anything to get what he wants. He's a liar, a coward, and wants nothing more than to see all that oppose him perish. He has no honor and is fundamentally everything that a noble person of Wano should never aspire to be. Hiyori of course doesn't believe him and proceeds to tell him how Orochi dishonored the deals he made with Oden twice. Oden always kept his promises. He humiliated himself. He suffered for an entire hour in boiling oil just so that his people and his country will be free. But Orochi did not honor this agreement. Oden shouldered the burden of an entire country, did it with a smile on his face, no less. She told him how much he didn't deserve the status of shogun, and that every day he was shogun was a day too many. the last remnant of Kanjuro's flame that appeared, we see that Orochi immediately ordered him to burn her alive, even after he tried to convince her that they could leave together and live happily together. Just as you can see, Orochi is a slimy snake, and he wants anybody that stands in his way to burn and be out of his way forever. And this shows that Orochi doesn't have any remorse even for killing the ones he loves to hold on to power and influence, a thing he knew he did not deserve and something that he knew that didn't belong to him. Orochi instead is set aflame and begs Hiyori to save him, which of course she does not do. On the rooftop, Ruffy is feeling on top of the world. He is fully energized and ready to fight, and in his form he calls his peak his gear 5th. Meanwhile, a floor below, Kaido is causing havoc and intending to break the will of his opposition when he feels the conqueror's haki of a powerful user, so powerful that it knocks most of Kaido's men down. Just as suddenly, to everyone's shock and astonishment, a large arm breaks through the ceiling and grabs and pulls Kaido to the roof. This new form of Luffy proceeds to toss Kaido around, smashing him on the floor left and right like he's a rag doll. This comes at Kaido's mild discomfort. He becomes so irritated that he fires a blast breath at Luffy. Folks, I'm in astonishment. Luffy cartoonishly pulls the floor up, making it rubbery, and flinged the blast back at Kaido, hitting him with his own blast. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm reading a cartoon or a manga. I don't know. Like, am I reading a cartoon or a manga? We get a good look at new Luffy. He has white fiery hair, white eyebrows, white pullover, and a ring of smoke attached to his collar that is also white. The chapter ends with Luffy apologizing for his previous inferior form and is now confident that in this form he will certainly be able to finish the fight swiftly. Alright, now let's go on to my opinions and analysis of this chapter. So first, we knew that Luffy had some relation to, if not, bore a close resemblance to Joy Boy. We never knew that he was actually Joy Boy. Now, this could be because of the fruit, or because he might just be the reincarnation of Joy Boy. We don't know for sure, but Zoo recognizes him as Joy Boy, and we're gonna go with that. We did not know that the fruit was a vessel for Joy Boy and his powers. We know that the fruit is a vessel for Joy Boy and his powers because when he was in Gear 5th, Luffy's characteristics changed a little bit or became totally exaggerated. That we didn't see at all in the other two forms. Like, he doesn't become more, hysterically laughing when he changes forms. It's only when he goes to Gear 5th. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe a Gear 5th is just basically, okay, it's just Joy Boy. The spirit of Joy Boy probably is in the fruit. Maybe that's why he's considered to be a Zoan fruit. Yeah, so we can see that Luffy's attitude changes towards the fight, and he treats it like a joke. Rather than him having the fiery determination to defeat Kaido, he instead wants to humiliate Kaido and doesn't take the fight as seriously. Which, if he's powerful now, he should honestly just give it a little bit more effort, the same effort I did before, take the fight a little bit more seriously. He's gonna be able to win. Like, Kaido's at the end of his rope. He can't be messing up now. Also, I want to talk about how Orochi gets his comeuppance, as he was constantly shown to be a horrible ruler of the flower capital and every other poverty-stricken area of Wano. He allowed them to suffer under terrible conditions with no reprimands or punishments to himself. All of this to hold on to the power he did not deserve and that he did not earn properly. In the end, he trusted a man that betrayed him, and he was unaware that he would be betrayed by those close to him. Going back to the fruit, I never thought that the gum gum fruit would be considered to be a zone fruit. I think the fact that they called it a zone fruit was a bit silly, because like, well, what does the fruit do? It adds up to gear 4. It had the capabilities of a paramecia fruit, so I don't understand why it's considered to be a zone fruit, since it clearly has the abilities of a paramecia fruit, but only maybe now that he's in gear 5, maybe okay, maybe he's turned into some kind of beast. It's a human fruit. Human fruit makes sense for Chopper since he was a deer turned into a more humanoid. But I mean, Oda making the gum gum fruit be a human zone fruit? Like, where is he going with this? What is the difference between it being a human zone fruit and a paramecia fruit? I don't know. I found it very odd when I read it. I am looking forward to see where he goes with this, and what is the purpose of it being a zone fruit? What makes it different than a paramecia fruit? Yeah, that's what I would like to know. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching the first episode of My JD Manga Explained. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe if you want to see more of this series. And don't forget to fling a blast breath at the bell icon so Kaido doesn't come after you for missing our latest videos. Like, come on, nobody wants to get blast breathed. Until next time, I am D, and this is My JD Anime Academia, signing out.
Alright, hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to be doing an explanation of chapters 1048 and 1049.